story.
Well, the weird thing, too, is like I consider this guy a friend. Not a great friend, but somebody that I am friendly with. I'll put it that way. I'm friendly with. I wouldn't say he's a friend per se, but was a great friend of Kevin's is Glenn Hughes. Yeah. And
what a coked up, arrogant ass that guy is.
He's been nice to me. I mean, I'm not
good
saying
for you. I'll tell you the time I met him.
All right, go ahead. Please do.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Salty Dog and Junkyard playing a show together at the
What
Roxy.
Year? What year are we talking?
This would have been 88, 89 as well.
Before he had his heart attack.
Before he got cleaned up. All right.
He comes in coked up as fuck
backstage. Sure.
And talks to Pete Ravine, says, this band sucks.
Lean in, dude.
This band sucks, he says about Salty Dog.
Right.
You are great. You need to be my guitar player. This is Glenn Hughes. Thing is loud as fuck, all coked up right in front of the rest of our band.
Wow.
Okay? Geffen Records is there with us. All this stuff. Mm-hmm. And he said, this band sucks. You're good. You come with me, and I'll make you a star. This is
boy.
My only... And then Pete Ravine, turns around, hey, have you met Glenn Hughes from Deep Purple? And I said, no, Deep Purple is with fucking Ian Gillan. This guy's an imposter. He's a bullshit. Fucking, I'm like, yeah, Glenn Hughes can suck my asshole. There you go. That's what I think about Glenn Hughes.
You might like him better now that he's gotten clean.
He was a real cunt then.
But you know what's weird about that guy? He'll be the first one to admit it. Yeah. I mean, he wrote his autobiography with one of my personal friends and Neely's friends, Joel McIver, and I've read it, and boy, he didn't do himself any favors. He talked about what a fucking cunt he was.
Okay, there you go. So what I'm saying is,
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm definitely not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that.
But there I am. We're just ready. Geffen Records is there signing us, and he's talking to our guitar player. Saying, "No, leave these guys. They suck."
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, he's right there, and he's saying it because he's so loud and drunk and coked up in front of us. He's saying that
and arrogant, arrogant because
motherfucker, he was this close.
Well, dude, he's and look, I like I said, I like Glenn. I get along fine with Glenn, but certainly I understand that he thinks that he's Glenn Hughes. And you better understand that he's Glenn Hughes. He thinks that that's like saying, well, I'm Ian Gillan or I'm David
Ian
Coverdale.
Gillan kicks his ass left and right.
But I'm telling you, in Glenn's world, he is an equal. He's an equal
he
with...
is not.
Well, I'm just telling you in his world, not mine.
Let me tell you in my world. Glenn Hughes has... Okay, I'm funk this week. Oh, next week, I'm heavy metal. Next week, I'm reggae. Next week,
I'm
he can't
blues.
fucking stand
on his own ground.
He does change a bunch. He doesn't fucking... Make a decision, motherfucker. Suck my asshole, Glenn Hughes. You suck... I can tell you that right now, and I feel that 100%. Ian Gillan is the best singer ever in goddamn Deep Purple. You name match N-Rock, Fireball, and Machine Head. Go ahead. Top those three, motherfucker. You can't. You never will. You're a fucking loser.
What's the one called? Here Comes the Band?
Yeah, Come Taste the Band.
Come taste the band.
Good for you.
I don't
Bolin,
know.
Another heroin addict. Good for you.
I don't know dick about Deep Purple.
I'll put that up against Black Sabbath. What's the better record?
Okay.
Born Again or that Tony Iommi featuring Black Sabbath?
Oh, Seventh Star?
Seventh Star.
Oh, please.
Suck
Born
my
Again
asshole.
is the fucking
Born
better
Again.
record. Once again,
Suck my ass.
Once again, Ian Gillan.
Ian Gillan kicked your ass again.
In Black Sabbath.
Yeah, Born Again is the better record, although the production sounds like it was recorded in my fucking backyard.
Doesn't matter. It's still
Born
better.
Again
Even
is
with bad
brilliant.
production, you're saying it's a better record.
Yeah, it is.
So that tells you
the songs are better.
What if it had the better production?
Yeah.
It would kick it at so much better.
I would love to hear that record with a good mix, with not sounding like fucking shit. Songs like Digital Bitch and whatever. Those are so good.
You've just proved the point. Once again, though. I mean, even with a bad production, it's better than Glenn Hughes with good production.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not arguing that point at all. I mean, I am a fan of Glenn Hughes, and I'll say it up and down. I love Black Country Communion. I love him solo. I'm not a Deep Purple fan of any era. And I know that makes me the Antichrist
You're
of
wrong,
Antichrists. Yeah. I get it. But, like, I listen to Machine Head, and I don't hear the special.
Okay. Machine Head is one of the greatest albums.
I understand that I'm in the minority. I understand. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you where it comes from in my head, and you guys can skewer me, and that's fine.
We all have a personal...
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Other than hearing Smoke on the Water, which obviously, if you listen to FM radio or AM radio, you heard in the early 80s.
Yeah.
I really did not experience Deep Purple at all until Perfect Strangers, which I truthfully do not like. I do not dig the album. I don't dig Perfect Strangers or Knocking at Your Back Door. I'm not an Ian Gillan fan, although to be fair to Ian, one of the very best interviews I've ever done was with Ian. I interviewed Ian when Bananas came out. And this fucking guy, I told him this up front. I said, I'm not a big fan of your band, but I appreciate what you do. Ian Gillan stayed on the phone with me for an hour and 40 minutes. Wow. Just not trying to sell me on Deep Purple.
But just talking.
Well, just asking me. He was asking me a lot of questions. Well, no, it wasn't that. It was more well, what do you like? What did you like in the era you discovered the band?
Right.
What, he was trying to understand because he, as who he is used to getting his dick sucked. Let's be honest.
Right,
He's just used to, come on. He's Ian Gillan of Deep Purple. And whether you're a fan or you're not a fan, if you don't acknowledge that that's one of the greatest bands in the history of heavy metal, then you're a dummy. And I am not a dummy. And he knew that I understood metal, but I wasn't personally a fan of his music. So we had this long conversation about metal in like 1982, 3, 4, and 5, where he explained what they were trying to do. And he talked a lot about the House of the Blue Light, which I guess is like a personal favorite to him. Like he felt that he had his own personal involvement into. Just a really great guy. And again, I'm saying I don't have a problem with Ian Gillan. I don't really have a problem with Deep Purple. There's a few of those bands, and I know this crosses you two's line, but there's a few of those bands that are legends that are not legends to Chris Aiken.
Okay,
Alice is another one.
That's what music is great about.
Sure.
We all have our own personal, I mean, it touches you inside. There's no such thing as bad music. It's what you like and what you don't.
And I agree. And for some bands, and this is my own personal belief, and you guys can tell me if I'm crazy or if you think the same thing. You might think the same thing. If you don't discover a band in their great period, in their greatest period, you have a hard time understanding their greatest period. Like for me, Alice Cooper's one of those bands. First Alice Cooper record I ever owned, ever heard, ever listened to from start to finish was Trash.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Which is not good.
That's a god-awful album.
But because of that, I don't have a special feel for Alice.
Okay.
I can't listen to Zipper Catches Skin and say, that's cool. I can't listen to $1 Billion Babies and say...
You can't listen to Killer and say, holy fuck.
It doesn't resonate for me.
That album is fucking
It doesn't, but and again, I've even seen Alice. I've met Alice. Alice is great. His shows are great. But for me personally, I go to and I own everything. I must have 400 fucking Alice Cooper songs. And I'll listen to Alice live. And I know how great that show is, and I'm sure you guys can all attest. His live show's about as good as anybody does. Yeah. It's theatrical. Great. It's musically perfect. I mean, it's musically note perfect. Yes. He hires real pros to be in his band. And I appreciate it, but I don't love the songs. You know, I don't have the association to his music.
Okay, there you go. That's where I am. Like, Alice Cooper is my all-time favorite.
Sure.
Let's talk about this. This is my all-time favorite. It's like basically my vocal coach. I fucking love Alice Cooper. It's my all-time favorite ever. Nothing can top Alice Cooper.
Nothing wrong with
if
that.
you ask me, the Alice Cooper Killer album.
Yeah, I don't think you're alone, dude.
Love It to Death and $1 Million Babies are probably the three greatest.
Brilliant.
Sure.
Fucking brilliant.
And Nightmare, too. The first Nightmare.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and Goes to Hell. All those are great. The song Halo of Flies off Killer is probably the greatest song ever written.
Okay.
If you ask me.
Yeah.
Okay? There are so many changes and weird stuff. It's the end of the Zappa era of them because Frank Zappa was the production on the first two albums, which are those way are wacky. That's pretty for you and Easy Action, of course. And it's just like, dude, there's nothing touches me because I grew up on that. When you grew up on that, and I had it on 8-track tapes, and it was like, it was me against the world. I lived in a small town, Ohio, and it was like us. It was against these fucking redneck assholes.
Right.
And it was like, it touched me, and it kept me in my own world away from these morons.
Sure.
Okay? And I can understand what you're saying. If Trash was your first Alice Cooper album,
which it was,
that's a garbage fucking. That's
horrible album.
The title track and Poison are the best songs on that album.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of garbage on that.
Does that have the gorilla song?
No,
that's Thrill My Gorilla
that's not good either.
Constrictor.
But that's not good. That's like that's after it. That's
that was before it.
Was it before it?
That was it was Constrictor, Raise Your Fist and Yell.
Yeah. Trash.
And see, that's the era. I'm 47, so that's
a bad
the era that was when I like 83, 84, 85. That's the era that I discovered Alice.
If you start with Alice Cooper there, no wonder you don't think they're no good.
Yeah, and again,
understand that.
And it's a dude, and because I'm such a musicologist type of a person, and I think you guys know me enough to know that I know a lot more music than most people. Probably most people in this room.
Yeah.
You know, I think everybody understands that. And Alice, there's certain bands, and we just named two of them with Alice and Deep Purple. It literally annoys me that I don't get it. And, you know, like I said, I have 400 fucking Alice Cooper songs. I have really tried. I've really tried to go there. And it just doesn't click for whatever reason. I've seen him multiple times. I've enjoyed him, but my brain goes back to those records that I discovered. I mean, I like some of the stuff that he's done that's more modern, really, than any of the old stuff. I like Last Temptation a lot.
Yeah, it's good.
I liked Brutal Planet a lot. His like one real foray into actual metal.
Yeah.
You know, where he got heavy. So I don't hate Alice, but I go back to the stuff I'm supposed to like, I guess, as a metalhead, and it just does. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. And I know that's, I don't know. The way I put it is when you two are in your cars, your respective cars, you're looking for that disc of fucking Killers.
No,
You're
Killer.
looking.
Oh.
Cooper is the best Alice Cooper album ever.
Fucking
Let's
great
face it.
record.
I mean,
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
Killer is
Totally
by far
agree.
the
Oh.
best. I mean, it has Under My Wheels on it. It has Be
Brilliant
My
fucking
Lover.
record.
Right.
It has Desperado. It has Halo of Flies. It has Dead Babies.
Yeah.
Killer
Right.
is the greatest Alice Cooper album
Sure.
ever.
But at the same token,
But you had to have to start there because it's not metal like today,
Right, and
it's that '70s early. The guitars don't sound crunchy and stuff
Right.
like you do.
Right.
I mean, it's just like it's weird like that. But I love it, and even that weird '80s era of the flush, the fashion, zipper catches, skin,
Love those records.
The lyrics are so creative. His
Right.
lyrics are so sarcastic and odd that I love it. I mean, it's like I went through it.
Right.
But God awful. Trash is the worst fucking album he's ever done.
Sure.
But it's his biggest selling record.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense, but
Yeah.
I mean, because it had radio hits and MTV singles.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what it was, yeah.
Right time, right place.
Right.
Alice went back to be like a
Right.
pop.
And he's done some bad. I mean, what's the Diamonds record? That's not very. You guys
Dirty
can't think
Diamonds,
that's
right.
good.
Dirty
Come on,
Diamonds.
really?
Yeah,
There's
I love
four.
that.
There are four
Great.
great songs on that.
Really?
Dirty Diamonds, and what's the
I
album
don't
before
like that
Dirty
at all.
Diamonds?
Oh, you're the eyes of Alice Cooper.
The Eyes, both of those. If you put those
That's
two
his regular
together,
rock band. No, the Dirty Diamonds is fantastic.
See, I don't
Yeah.
like that
That's
at
the
all.
James Bond theme stuff. I love it.
yeah, it
So
had
funny.
that. What was that one about the transvestite?
Oh, yeah. Was it? Oh, I can't remember the name
That's
of the
a
goddamn
great
song.
song. Yeah,
Something Jane. That is a great song.
Yeah.
Train or Jane.
something
I
about.
can
But
look
yeah,
it
he's
up.
a truck driver. That's
What
a
album?
transvestite. The Eyes of it.
No, it's on
Dirty Diamonds.
It's
Dirty
on
Diamonds.
Dirty.
Something Jane. Yeah,
Something Jane.
I know I have it.
Great
Jane or
song.
something. Yeah, great tune.
Let's see. Dirty Diamonds.
Wears a wedding dress. And it
Songs
goes-
on that are
goes
Woman
to a
of
Burger
Mass Distraction,
That's a great song.
Perfect,
Perfect. I like that.
You Make Me Wanna, Dirty Diamonds, The Saga of Jesse James.
That's
That's
it.
that's
That's
it.
it.
Right
Saga of
there.
Jesse James.
That is a great
Great song.
fucking song.
Okay.
It's about a truck driver that's a transvestite.
Yeah, and he goes into a Burger King wanting a Happy Meal
Yeah.
and got in a fight with the rednecks and shoots the people. It's
So
like,
funny.
damn. Great song.
That is funny. Good stuff there. Well, why don't we do this? Why don't I play that song?
Okay.
Let me throw that in the old playlist.
The album before that,
I didn't like nearly as much.
but there was
Eyes of Alice Cooper.
Novocaine. Novocaine is a great song.
Yeah.
Perfect is a great song. There's great songs on those. Each one, there's about 4 of them.
Not as good. Dirty Diamonds is, I think, so much better of the two. It's just me. That's, Ryan Roxie really went to bat on that album.
Yeah,
Ryan Roxie basically wrote The Ballad of Jesse Jane.
Right.
that's a great
And then
song.
he wrote this music, and then Alice's twisted lyrics just
Yeah,
made it
once
magic.
again. Yeah,
All right. Well, let's play a little Alice Cooper to make everybody happy. This is The Saga of Jesse James. Jesse Jane.
Jesse Jane.
Jesse Jane, not Jesse James. This is a tranny song. So let's check it out. It is Alice Cooper right here on your Classic Metal Show.